Across America, something quiet but profound is happening. The small, independent businesses that once defined local communities, the corner stores, the family-run farms, the mom-and-pop repair shops, are slowly vanishing. The signs are subtle, but everywhere. A local bakery replaced by a chain cafe. A family farm sold to a conglomerate. A neighborhood hardware store outcompeted by online giants. The lights don't go out all at once, they dim over time. And yet, this isn't just about nostalgia. It's about power, economics, and the changing DNA of American business. The question now is, can small enterprises fight back before they disappear entirely? Let's start with the numbers. According to recent data from the U.S. Census Bureau and the Small Business Administration, the share of small enterprises in total U.S. business revenue has been steadily shrinking for more than a decade. While small businesses still make up over 99% of all firms, they account for a smaller slice of profits, sales, and market influence each year. Meanwhile, corporate consolidation is accelerating. Just 10 years ago, the 100 largest companies in America controlled about a third of total private sector revenue. Today, they control nearly half. And it's not just in retail, it's everywhere. Farming, shipping, construction, even healthcare. Big players are getting bigger, and small ones are getting squeezed out. So what's driving this quiet disappearance? First, scale. In today's economy, size is survival. Large corporations benefit from technology, supply chain reach, and access to capital that smaller competitors simply can't match. They can automate faster, buy cheaper, and market louder. When inflation pushes up prices, they absorb it. When interest rates rise, they can borrow at lower costs. For small business owners, those same forces feel like walls closing in. Second, digital disruption. The internet was supposed to level the playing field. Instead, it created a new kind of inequality. Algorithmic inequality. Big brands dominate search rankings, ad placements, and platform visibility. The local bookstore may have a website, but it's buried under Amazon's endless recommendations. The independent cafe may be on Instagram, but it's competing with national chains spending millions on targeted ads. It's not a lack of effort, it's a lack of reach. Third, real estate pressure. As cities have gentrified and rents have soared, small businesses are finding it impossible to hold their ground. Main streets that once hosted local stores are being converted into franchises or luxury developments. Even rural areas aren't immune. Industrial-scale farms are buying out family land at unprecedented rates. But perhaps the biggest driver of all is consumer behavior. For years, we've been told we vote with our wallets. But in practice, convenience often wins. We click Add to Cart because it's easier, not because it's better. The same consumer who loves the idea of local businesses often chooses Amazon Prime over a 10-minute drive downtown. It's not malice. It's modern life. But the effect is the same. Every dollar spent on convenience is a dollar pulled away from the local economy. And that's why the disappearance of small enterprises isn't just sad. It's dangerous. When local businesses vanish, communities lose more than storefronts. They lose diversity, competition, and resilience. Money stops circulating locally and starts flowing upward, into corporate headquarters, investor dividends, and stock buybacks. Local economies become hollow. Yet, here's the twist. Some small businesses are fighting back, and they're winning in unexpected ways. They're doing it by embracing what makes them different, not what makes them similar. Take independent farmers. Instead of competing on volume, many are competing on authenticity. They're moving into direct-to-consumer models, selling through farmers markets, subscription boxes, and online co-ops. They're branding around quality, story, and trust. Things big agriculture can't fake. In retail, some local stores are reimagining themselves as community hubs, combining shopping with experiences, workshops, pop-ups, local collaborations, and events. They're not trying to beat Amazon on convenience. They're offering what Amazon can't: connection. Even in manufacturing, small firms are finding their edge through craftsmanship and customization. American-made furniture, niche apparel, specialty foods, Consumers are rediscovering the value of products made with skill and care. And technology, while once a threat, is slowly becoming an equalizer. Platforms like Shopify, Etsy, and Square have lowered the barrier to entry for digital selling. AI tools can help small businesses analyze data, automate marketing, and compete smarter if they're willing to learn. The secret isn't to outscale giants. It's to outsmart them. But that requires a mindset shift. Many small businesses are still operating with 20th century playbooks, relying on word of mouth and outdated marketing. The ones that thrive are the ones that adapt, digitize, and modernize without losing their identity. Government policy could help too. There's growing bipartisan momentum for antitrust reform and local business incentives, tax breaks, low-interest loans, and grants for small manufacturers and farmers. Some states are already experimenting with buy local subsidies and regional production networks to strengthen Main Street economies. Still, small enterprises can't wait for Washington. Their survival depends on agility, creativity, and loyalty from customers and communities alike. Because at its core, this isn't just an economic story, it's a cultural one. The decline of small business represents the loss of something deeply American: independence, self-determination, and local pride. The corner store wasn't just where you bought milk. It was where you met your neighbors. The family farm wasn't just land. It was legacy. If those vanish, something far greater disappears with them: the soul of local commerce itself. But the story isn't over. In every small town and city block, there are entrepreneurs refusing to give up, finding new ways to stay relevant, profitable, and personal. They're proof that small doesn't have to mean powerless. Because the truth is, people don't just want cheap, they want meaning. They want to know where their products come from, who made them, and why they matter. That's something no algorithm or corporate chain can replicate. So yes, small enterprises are disappearing, but they can still fight back. Their greatest weapon isn't size or speed, it's authenticity. And as the world gets more automated, more impersonal, and more consolidated, authenticity might just become the most valuable business asset of all.